Hi there, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. On a Tuesday, I'm your host, Madi B, and today I have the pleasure of having the founding partner of D. Miller & Associates, attorney Darren Miller.
Hey, Madi,
welcome. We haven't seen you in a while.
It's been.
It has.
I'm glad to be back, though.
We're glad to have you here on the show, too. So today's a special show.
Okay.
Today we celebrate our 1-year anniversary for Talk to Me Tuesday.
Has it been a year already?
A year!
Wow.
Congratulations!
Love it.
And congratulations to all of you guys, because if it wasn't for you guys, our viewers, we would not have this program that is so successful and that we're able to reach many lives.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're super excited to be here. We have the decor as well to kind of fit the festivities. So today we're going to kind of highlight the top 18 episodes that we've had encompassed in this whole year of every Tuesday, on a Tuesday, Talk to Me Tuesday. That's a lot of episodes.
It's a whole lot, Madi. And it's difficult for me to fathom that a year ago today we were just talking about this concept, you know?
Isn't that crazy? We were at a round table, your office, I don't know if you remember, thinking about what we can do to kind of reach our audience and out there without having to go to multiple places. And we came up with this idea, and I don't know if you remember, we came up with Talk to Me Tuesday. There was another name we came up with, I can't even remember, but that rang a bell and we all said, yes. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there was a number of different ideas that we had, but this was the best concept, and it's just to watch how it's evolved.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Exactly. So you guys will get to see also how it's evolved as well. If you guys haven't gotten to see the show from beginning to end, all the episodes are loaded on our Facebook page that you guys are on now. You can see every episode as well as YouTube. Please make sure you go subscribe on YouTube. You can see all the videos and the episodes. Now, what we're going to highlight today, you get to see where we started. I know Drake says started from the bottom, and literally, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, we started with a different studio, a different setting. We've also came a long way. We got backdrops, we got chairs. You guys will see how different it looks, and even our demeanor on myself on the show. So it's just really evolved in such a beautiful way.
Yeah, you know, I had the chance to kind of look at some of the clips, and looking at what we've got here today versus what we started with, which we're going to show you here in a minute. Just watch that evolution. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we picked 18 because we're in the year of 2018. So we're doing and highlighting the top 18 videos. We still want to open up the lines of communication. If you guys have any questions for the attorney here or any comments, we'd love to hear what you guys think about the show and how you guys have watched it day in and day out or every Tuesday. That would be awesome to kind of get your feedback. So we're going to go ahead and start off with episode 18. So episode 18 was with Dr. Tao. He is with Texas Regional Health and Wellness, and we spoke a little bit about stem cell therapy, not just that, but just chiropractic care, pain management, and even some health wellness programs there. So you guys will see the video here on there. That is number 18.
Okay. Number 17 was attorney Sharday, and Sharday hadn't been with us that long since when we did this show, but we talked. She had a very special show talking about breast cancer awareness. You know, one of the things we had talked about doing was being more involved and doing shows that really meant something, and that was certainly something that I'm glad that we got involved in that day.
Yeah, absolutely. So now 16 is a workout video. We were at 9 Innovations, and we were with the trainers there at 9 Innovations, who are super awesome, super nice. We were trying to promote health, wellness. So you see myself there with some of the trainers doing some moves that can help you being in an office setting or even at home.
The next show after that, number 15, Marcela Garcia, our department manager, she did a show with regards to what she does with regards to personal injury and the mass tort show. That was very, very interesting because she was a little bit nervous and was a little bit concerned about being on there, but as Marcella always does, she got in there and just knocked it out of the park as usual.
I couldn't even tell she was there.
Right.
At all.
Exactly.
So number 14, episode 14 is Meet the Team. So D. Miller & Associates PLLC, personal injury team. We really got to show one person, only one, unfortunately, we have a lot of team members of each phase so that they can speak to you guys on what each phase means and what is exactly that they do in that phase. Such an impactful show as well.
The next one, number 13, that was a very interesting show. That was Adam Slater and Jessica Smith, and we talked about our 9/11, the 9/11 controversy, the first responders getting cancer and awful situations going up there on the East Coast. We covered that. It was very interesting, Marty, on that one. That was the first time, at least, that I was involved in where we kind of did it. You did the show.
Oh, yeah. They were in New York.
From New York. You did that from New York. And I watched how it played out. I was watching. I was like, how in the world did Marty get a plane and go up there? Because how did that work out?
I wish, but yeah, if you guys are watching the show, which is number 13, you see me by myself right now, but you will see attorney Adam Slater from New York City. So it was kind of half screen, and we did it with the Skype call. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how you guys came up with that, but it looked fantastic.
We have an awesome software. So there is videos 13 through 18, those episodes that are on the screen right now. You guys get to see it. You can't hear it, but we do highly encourage you guys to go watch those videos so that you can kind of pick one of those favorite videos and tell us what you guys think. Now, out of those videos, Attorney Darren Miller, which one was your favorite?
My favorite, the most meaningful one to me was the show that Sharday did with regards to the breast cancer piece. My mother, she suffered from cancer several years back, and so that's something that's she's still with us, still doing extremely well. So anytime we can talk about those types of issues and things that can help people and inform them, make them more aware, obviously that meant a lot to me.
Well, you took my favorite.
Oh,
you did. That was one of my favorites as well. But if I had to pick another favorite, I would have to say Meet the Team with D. Miller and Associates.
Okay.
It was so beautiful to have a representative from each phase come in. They didn't really get to see them walk in and walk out of the studio. So once the graphic came off, you had a new person sitting in the chair. And it was super awesome because our team members got to give our viewers some awesome tips on what to do, preventative tips, how to help them in the future. And I think that's super impactful for those that have never been through this before. Yeah,
and I thought was really interesting. One of the things that, because we have so many people here on our team, over 70, that for people to understand what each of the phases does and what they focus on and why we don't do it like some other people, that was very interesting to how it kind of laid out.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Yeah, and it definitely depicts and shows how unique D. Miller and Associates is. There's a lot of law firms out there, we definitely understand, but this just brings a very unique style and kind of showing our viewers on how we work here.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we do have we have a lot of comments right now. So we have Bernice is saying, my favorite peep, and she gave us a strong arm.
Hey, Bernice, how are you?
We have Martha saying, congratulations, Attorney Darren Miller, Marty, and the marketing team on the 1-year anniversary. Popping bottles. Woo!
Marta in phase 3, her and those young ladies always knocking it out in medical development.
Exactly. And then we have Letitra. Hey, Letitra. She's saying, hey, guys, happy 1 year.
Oh, Letitra, we miss you.
We miss you, Letitra.
We love you. We miss you.
Yes, and she gave us 3 little hearts. So that's for her, you, and me. That's that's for. And then we have Marta that also loaded up some hearts for us. So thank you, guys. We want to thank all of you guys for watching this 1-year anniversary program. It's so special and dear to us, and we're going to highlight the top 18 episodes. So I think we're ready to move on to the next set of 6.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I'm warming up now. I'm
warmed up.
Hopefully I'll make a few less mistakes, so let's get right
there
into
we go.
it.
No mistakes over here. So now we're going to go ahead with episode 12. So this one was all attorneys from D. Miller and Associates, which we do have 5 here at D. Miller and Associates, at our HCC, which stands for Houston Children's Charity event, live and outside.
That was very cool. That was very interesting to do that show remotely and with everything going on out there.
It was crazy.
You were running around like crazy. Hey, get on here. That was cool.
And you were on the dunk tank. So after you went, you said dunk tank.
That was interesting. That was a lot of fun. Next one after that, number 11, We did our show with Miss Clay, our psychotherapist. That was our USC show. You know, a very special show. That's a case that's extremely important to us. That brought attention to some of the problems that's going on at the collegiate level with regards to sexual harassment. So that was a very poignant show for us that day.
And just kind of depicting on those that are suffering from any type of mental aftermath from a traumatic or a crisis that they went through. She kind of spoke and elaborated a little bit more on that.
She did, and you know, it's so funny, and you know, I know this is a highlight show, but it's so important. Even if something has happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, you just can't bury these things. It's so important, and that's one of the things she kind of highlighted for it. And when we're speaking to our clients, you got to deal with these issues and some way so you can get those things out.
Absolutely. And we'll talk a little bit more about that episode and the importance of that episode as well.
Right.
So episode 10, we had attorney Anush Kapoor here from D. Miller & Associates speaking about real estate and property law.
Yes. Very interesting.
Very different. Very interesting. A lot of people here in Houston, believe it or not, have those type of questions when it comes to real estate. It's very different. I know you know some real estate, property law. It's a different beast compared to personal injury.
It is. It's not something I've dabbled in and played with it a little bit. My hat's off to those guys that's related to that field of law, but leave that to the professionals. The next one that I thought was very interesting, the dog bite show. We got a lot of interesting comments from attorney Donald McRoberts and over there at Fred Williamson's firm. Gave us a lot of interesting insight there with regards to some of the laws, some of the regulations, and what's going on there, and some of the good results that they've had too, and some of the cases that they've had.
Absolutely, and that was a really great show. A lot of comments. It was just a popping show. It was a great one. Mm-hmm. So episode 8 was with attorney Darren Miller talking about personal injury. That was one of your first shows here on Talk to Me Tuesday, kind of overview personal injury, getting those live questions from our viewers to see how you can help.
Yes, that was very interesting because it may not have shown, I was extremely nervous that day. Marty, do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Nervous.
Yeah.
I was nervous, but you made me feel very comfortable, and just like you always do, and it turned out it was a lot of fun.
There was a lot of coaching before, but literally you were such a natural. You guys can't even tell. You guys, please go watch it and let us know, but you can't even tell at all.
Thank you. Number 7, very interesting show. That was when attorney Ramesh Guthaman, my partner, he, along with Abdul Foster, talked about NFL concussions. Very important case, very interesting case. These players are getting hurt, getting damaged, dealing with very difficult issues that in many cases is shortening their lives. So I'm glad that we got involved in that case and got to present some of that information to you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys see on the screen right now 7 through 12 episodes highlighted of the 2018 year. Before we're going to move on into which one of those videos were your favorite, so you can have some time to think about it. For those of you guys that are viewing this, watching us, thank you guys so much. Those viewers that are going to be on the show watching it almost to the entirety of its show, we are giving a prize at the end of the show. We're going to give you guys a D. Miller bag filled. You guys may or may not see it all the way at the bottom, but it's filled with goodies, and we'll make sure that you guys know who that winner is to get that prize for our 1-year anniversary.
Awesome.
So now I am going to turn it over to you. Hopefully you had some time to think about it.
Yes.
But out of those 6 videos, which is the next tier, which one was your favorite show of the 7 through 12?
Very close. My runner-up would have to be the concussion show. Very interesting show. Having Mr. Foster on, that was very informative. He gave us a lot of information. But quite frankly, and from a very selfish perspective, it was probably the personal injury show where I came on. Because again, I was nervous and I was finding all types of different excuses as to why I shouldn't be on the show, much like my friend Betsy DeLeon, of course our employee who came on, who was very nervous also. But I overcame that fear, and you guys coached me through it and Giselle back there was very helpful in getting things done. Thank you there. So that one was my favorite.
Yeah, so that was a good show. You did pick two, so I'm gonna pick two.
Okay.
You did great on that show. I've got to agree with you. I know one of my favorite shows was the Houston Children's Charity Show. That one was different. We had it outside. We were in the middle of an event, so we had the traffic stopping by. We had the radio station Magic 102 there. It probably sounds like we were screaming, but there was just a lot of commotion going on. The mic didn't pick it up, but it was just crazy. And we did have a dunk contest. So as you were talking, you left. Ramesh is there. You go to the dunk tank. So it was just a great time.
Yeah.
And it was great for our either viewers, providers, people that we work with really see the show live and not just enclosed in the studio.
Right. And Madi, you bring up a great point. The Houston Children's Charities, with regards to us being able to assist them on that, the fact that there are so many children that are going to bed who don't have a bed to sleep on, who don't have a pillow with which to lay their head, and how impactful that is on them, and the fact that we're able to kind of help out in that endeavor, that was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And I was just speaking to you today on how amazing it is, the impact that we make in our community and our society. We get to see and give a lot of these heroic behavior gifts, and it's so rewarding just to see their smile from ear to ear.
It is. I mean, even this morning when we gave away some gifts there, speaking with that young lady and how it impacts her life, and the things that she's dealing with. It's so much fun for us to. We're so successful with what we do, and being able to give back to the community the way that we are, I love it. It's fantastic.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Fantastic.
So I encourage you guys to watch the episode 12, Houston Children's Charity. It is very rewarding. We did raise money for those kids that need just a pillow, a bed to lay on. So that would be in this cluster, my favorite show, because it's very rewarding on what the impact that we did and why we came together for that.
Big, Marty. I like that. Nice pick.
So we do have a couple of comments, a lot of comments actually. So we have Chriselle saying congratulations on your 1-year show. Love all the shows, and D. Miller and Associates. So thank you. So Marcella, happy anniversary, team. Thanks.
All right. Hey, Marcella.
Jennifer saying, yay, congrats on the 1 year. And we got a lot of confetti emojis on there.
Awesome.
So thank you, Jennifer.
You know what? We need to, while you're reading that, we need to think about having a manager show on there with Jennifer and Marcella and Betsy to talk about what it is that they do.
Yeah, so if you guys are watching, stay tuned. And then we have Sherry saying, great job, guys, and happy 1-year anniversary, and looking forward to what next year brings.
Oh, yeah. That's next year. That's going to be interesting.
I know. It's going to be
game
game-changing. We're talking about how game-changing this year was. Next year is going to be on another level.
Well, I'm going to put you on the spot right now, Marty.
Oh, gosh.
And just to put it out there, have you thought about what kind of changes you might want to make to the show for next year? Have you given that some thought?
I have given it some thought. Great question. I don't know if I want to release everything, but some studio style of change and equipment will bring a different style of show. Kind of what you see on TV is what I'm going for.
Oh.
There will be potentially different styles of topics, as well as you just never know what type of guests we'll have here.
Right.
So I'm trying to be discreet, but giving you guys a little bit to where you guys have something to look forward to.
Well, that sounds interesting.
Yeah,
okay. I guess we'll
yeah.
wait and find out.
Exactly. So thank you, Sherry, for that comment. And then we have Victor that gave us 3 hearts. So everyone's doing 3 hearts. So I'm guessing it's for you, for myself, and for the viewer.
I guess
3
so.
hearts.
My man Victor. Love you, buddy.
So those are some comments that we have. So you guys are seeing right now on the screen episodes 7 through 12. So what we're going to do is move on to the top 6. Now these top 6 videos, you guys are actually going to get a chance to watch a little snippet of the video, and then we're all going to talk about it together. So feel free to give us any comments as well. So I think I'm next, right?
Yes, I believe
I'm
so.
next.
Yes.
So 6 is coming up, and this is attorney Jonathan Silva talking about personal injury, and that was our first Talk to Me Tuesday show ever. Let's take a look.
Cool.
Please load them up. I know I have another question coming up. I see in our portal right now, and this one is from Tia. So thank you, Tia, for your question in advance. Thank you for making Attorney Jonathan Silva work a little harder. Thank you, thank you. So here's her question. So what is the first thing I should do after an accident? Ooh, that's a good one, Tia. Get it, girl.
Tia, thank you for that question. That is a good question. So the first thing that comes to mind is after an accident, the first thing you want to do is you want to pull over to a location that is safe. So if you're hit, make sure to pull over. You don't want to be in any harm's way any longer. The first thing that I recommend doing is to call the police. You want to have investigators come out to the location to investigate the accident. You also want to have any sort of medical personnel come out to check for any sort of injuries, depending on how severe the accident is. But regardless of the severity of the accident, you always want to call the police, and you always want to have medical personnel come out to the scene to check you and your loved ones in case there's any injuries that were sustained in the accident. But of course, the first thing is always find somewhere to pull over in a safe location.
All right, so you guys got to see that was number 6 episode.
Wow.
Woo!
Wow.
Now that was a good show. So our wow and our emotion behind it is more for the style. You guys already see the big difference, like night and day, just the appearance of the show.
Marty, talk about starting in the Stone Ages, huh? I mean, look at the lighting, look at the camera angles. Hey, how about that sound, huh? Fantastic.
Let me tell you guys a little secret. That video, I can't stop laughing, but it was filmed with an iPad. No equipment,
Wow.
So you could tell because the video was actually up and down. The quality of the sound, yes, we've come a long way. So I want to thank you for allowing us this beautiful equipment to get us to where we're at now. But speaking of the actual show, it was a great show. It was our first show. We had hyped it up on us doing this style of show. So right. Attorney Jonathan Silva was with D. Miller & Associates. Now he has his own practice. We had Tia, one of the viewers, on there, so I hope Tia's on there. If so, drop us a comment watching or asking a question for Attorney Jonathan Silva. And it was so impactful. We got a lot of live questions because it was just new to people.
Right.
People wanted you guys' attention.
Yeah.
Your attention.
Well, one thing I want to say right now, Marty, thank you for not putting in your resignation after the show because holy Toledo, I didn't give you much to work with there.
Yeah, that was crazy. So you guys got to see the style of show that has how it's changed significantly, and we're nothing but proud about that.
Right.
So before we move on to episode 5, we have Ramesh, the managing partner here at D. Miller & Associates, commented, and he said, awesome. Hey, Ramesh.
What's up, Ramesh?
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to episode 5.
Number 5, that one dealt with a debt collection. That was attorney Crystal Henry. Crystal Henry has also moved on. She's opened up her own firm. We certainly wish her all the best. And we were talking about disclosing information, harassment calls, and how to deal with debt collection issues. Let's watch.
See what I'm saying? For violation of both.
I see.
And then if you're found, if the debt collector, whether it's third party or first party, is found to have acted knowingly or intentionally, meaning they harassed you, they disclosed your information to a third party person, like you say, someone calls me to collect debt on your behalf, and they tell me I'm looking for Marty and she owes us however much money and she's refusing to pay us. That's illegal. They can't do that. Or let's say they threaten criminal charges against you. You're acting fraudulent and all of that when this thing is in dispute. If they are found to have acted knowingly or intentionally, you could actually be awarded 3 times damages. So those are called treble damages. So
wow, it's a lot of information.
Yeah, it's a very
here. Let me take notes.
Convoluted area of law, and I've tried my best to, in a nutshell, kind of say, and I.
Okay, well, that was a very interesting video. That we loved that. We had over 800 viewers that day. I think one of the reasons we had so many viewers, Marty, is just because of the topic we were talking about, debt collection.
Yeah.
But what do you think of the layout there and how things have changed?
So the style already changed a little bit. I don't know if you guys noticed from the episode 6 to 5, we now changed it a little bit. I think that's where we started getting our lights. So it changed a little bit, and then my look also changes almost every show. So I bring a different look every time. But yeah, that one got a lot of viewers, a lot of great engagement.
Yeah.
And I really think it's because everybody hates getting those random
Yes.
calls
Yeah.
on their phone.
Yeah.
And you think it's something important, and it's not.
Right. And we're going to have to definitely look next year at doing some more on that because we got so many viewers there. I know my parents, every once in a while when I'm over at their place, they get this call from somebody bothering them. And so I'd love to figure out how to get rid of all that stuff. So we'll have to look at that more in the future.
Yeah, for sure. And definitely, you guys, let us know, the viewers watching, which topic and episode you guys would like to see again highlighted in the year 2019. Let us know. You guys are the ones watching, and let us know what topic you guys would like to see more of. But that one was a good show right there. We were just we were now sitting down, table setting. The background already changed, so we got our background there.
Yeah.
So background and lights, we're getting up on the world, so no worries. So now we're going to move on to episode 4. So episode 4 highlights yourself. Woo!
All right.
And attorney Paul Skrabonic, speaking about the Las Vegas mass shooting with MGM.
Yeah.
That was a great show. You guys will see and hear about it here in a second, so let's just watch.
To do. There's a whole bunch of feelings of guilt. Financially, they're having all kinds of issues. And those are the things that we want to help with. We want to address. We want to at least provide direction with. So if you have those kinds of issues or questions, please call Paul, call myself. Let us know what we can try and do to help you.
Yeah, and right now we have Lorianne or Loriana is a comment. She's saying, "Hi, I'm a survivor/victim. We're sorry that you went through that. We are very happy that you're here with us, and sorry that you went through that." So that's one of our comments that we have of someone that is watching right now. If you have any questions, please make sure to load them up for the attorneys here, and however we can help as well.
And what was that young lady's name?
It's Loriana.
Yeah, Loriana, how you doing? If there's a specific question that you have during the show, let us know what that is. Let us know kind of what you're going through. I'd love to be able to kind of share your story with other people that are kind of going through the same thing. So please feel free to give us a comment, a question, a concern, whatever you'd like. We'd love to get some feedback from you.
And thank you for tuning in on the show as well, Lorianne. We do have a question coming. All right, so you guys got to see that video, such an impactful video, talking to attorney Darren Miller as well as attorney Paul Skrabonic, talking about the MGM mass shooting that happened in Las Vegas. Such a sad topic to talk about. However, it's very much needed. We did have potential as well as clients on that show asking questions, even trying to find out more about family members that went to that concert. And if you guys don't know, let's talk about a little bit what happened at that concert.
Yeah, it was a terrible situation, October of last year, where a gentleman decided that he wanted to just execute people going to a concert. Awful situation, absolutely outrageous. And what made it even worse, that the defendants in the case, MGM, did not have didn't make sufficient modifications or preparations for any type of an event like that, and potential for that type of a shooting. Very special show to us on this, because again, with the clients that I've talked to, listening to some of their stories with regards to how this has affected them, how some of them got shot, how some of them can't work anymore, they don't want to do anything, how some of their families had to relocate to other parts of the country to take care of people that couldn't leave Vegas and lost their jobs. Some of them lost their homes. Some of them lost their lives. It was such an impactful situation. I'm just proud that we were able to get involved and move forward and move the cases forward for our clients.
Yeah, strongly suggest you guys look at and watch that video. Any updates or latest news or information from that case?
Yes, absolutely. The defendants, for whatever reason, had decided to, let's see, we've got all these injured victims, gunshot victims, wrongful death victims, people going to concert, all types of victims, and they decided to sue the victims. which was just when we found out about this, was like, are you kidding me? Why would you ever do something like that?
Right.
Well, it absolutely blew up in their face. They lost all of those motions that they made in that regard. And I'm really glad to announce now that it looks like they do want to try and get the cases resolved. So we are looking to set some dates up as early as the beginning of next year to try and get our cases resolved.
That's crazy. Those victims went through a lot.
Yeah.
Some of which are now survivors that are still here, still going through a lot, and even mental postpartum of the event. Just crazy and just a sad topic. So if any of you guys know of anyone, please make sure reach out or just be a listening ear for them, because sometimes that just goes a long way.
Correct. And now I know we've talked about this and we need to move forward, but Marty, so what's different now about this set than that you noticed as opposed to some of the others?
Yeah, the set that you guys just saw with the mass shooting MGM, it's already the new set. So you guys already see a new style of camera, the lights, it's kind of what you see right now. The only difference is this table is not there because we actually had a body there. So it's like now the new studio, new and improved studio.
Yeah.
And let us know what you guys think about the new and improved studio.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, next one. Number 3. This is the show on Hurricane Harvey. We had attorney Mohammed Aziz with Abraham Watkins. He was on the show. Very interesting, very informative. He gave us a lot of good information. You guys will get a chance to look at it. Take a look at this.
Get the information out there. But so these neighborhoods eventually were built in these areas between these two lines, and during Harvey, it flooded. And guess what? It flooded till the second line, the one that the Corps had told them. So in essence, the claim is that these homeowners who bought their new homes, a lot of these are relatively new communities. There's some older ones too, but the argument is that these homeowners should have been disclosed by
About
the developer that, hey, you're within this area, which is really an extension of the floodplain. So that, in essence, is the claim.
So I want to be very clear so you guys see this whole section here is the section in where they're building neighborhoods, and your neighborhood might fall on there. And you're saying they didn't disclose to these homeowners.
So in the plat, in the documents, we don't have that the disclosure.
Right. Yeah. As you see, one thing I love about working with Mo Aziz, he is so technically refined. He's such an excellent lawyer. I don't mind giving a plug to him because he does such a great job, and he has such tremendous financial results for his clients. So if you don't pick us, it would be okay to go with Mohammed also.
Yeah, even being beside him, he brings a lot of wisdom and knowledge to the screen. I encourage you guys to watch it because you guys will be able to feel it through the screen. Such an awesome guy.
Right.
We get a little smile from here and there from him, but he's not your overly smiley guy. But we love him. He has an amazing personality for sure. So that one was about Hurricane Harvey, which is a tough time that we went through here in Houston, Texas.
Yes, and before we go on from that, I noticed Mo, he's got his little graphics there and what he was doing with them. Marty, how would you do that one differently? If you're going to do that same show right now, how might you do that differently?
Oh my gosh, sky's the limit now. Now, just kind of like how you guys are watching this video and seeing graphics, and I could show you guys videos, print. He wouldn't have an exhibit. He would have a graphic come on the screen, maybe here in the middle.
Right.
So that would be different for sure. That show, we had to go get it printed. It was hard, so it wasn't a piece of paper. So we upgraded. But it wasn't what we see now, which you have the luxury of seeing everything like in front of you. You can zoom in if you need to without having an exhibit this far back and not really seeing what's on there.
I love the graphics now. When I saw the first video and you had something there in the middle, I'm like, what in the world are they doing? That is fantastic, and I'm certainly looking forward to what you do next year.
Absolutely. It's going to be game-changing. But yeah, that topic, going back to the type of video and what they were talking about, it was Legends Bay, a neighborhood here in Houston. that was really affected by the hurricane, as well as other surrounding areas. But there it was more of a elevation and how they constructed the homes. The water wasn't going anywhere. There wasn't any drainage system or anything like that. You could probably speak a little bit better as far as the attorney side of things, but there was just a lot of clients that we have that were just stuck there. They couldn't leave, they couldn't do anything, and it just was just a terrible time. A lot of the pictures that we saw.
Yeah, Hurricane Harvey, there's so many different technical issues involved in the different areas that were affected by this, and the condemnation issues that are involved in it. It's a tough deal. And the worst part about it is dealing with all those phone calls and clients from people that lost so much. I remember one in particular, one phone call that we got where the young lady had lost her home, had moved over to an apartment, and it was in the middle of the night while this was all going on, and they heard there's a lady who was drowning, drowning, and Betsy's husband actually risked his life to try and save her, and luckily he didn't get washed away also, but unfortunately she ended up perishing and passing away. But Hurricane Harvey was just terrible for all of us.
Yeah, it was terrible. I know there is a lot of people still, believe it or not, that are displaced. There is life after such a disaster and a crisis. Not to where probably a lot of you guys were prior to, but there is life after. And I know there are some people that are displaced, but there was lives that were lost. And now I know we'll just briefly touch on it. It's kind of the same thing that California is going through, but instead of it being water, it's fire over there.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're now doing, unfortunately, these California wildfire cases where people are just, again, losing their homes, losing their businesses, losing their lives because of the negligence of others. So we started working with those people. In fact, Andy, just right before the show, he came to my office and he's like, "Hey, Darren, there's a gentleman. He's lost his house. He's got nowhere to live. He's living in a tent. Can we send him something?" And so, we're going to try and send him some money so that he can, get water and food to drink and eat and to survive. It's terrible.
Absolutely. And if any of you viewers want to help out by even sending stuff, we will be in California as well. So we're here to help the community as well. Even though we're in Houston, it takes a quick second to get to California and help out.
Absolutely.
So we do have a couple of comments. Sade is saying, "Happy anniversary, team. 1 year down and more to go."
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
Sade.
Thank you,
Sade. Do you remember, Sade, how many challenges we had on getting you on the show?
Yes,
you remember
attorney
that?
Sade Marks, who has been on the show. She is watching right now, commenting. It's been a fun roller coaster ride. Let's talk a little bit about that before we move on to our top three.
Yes.
But it's been a roller coaster ride on having the attorneys here. This is not what you guys went to school for, to be in front of the camera. You guys went to school to do legal work. So this is a different beast for you.
It is not. And I can sit here and tell you, I do not want to be in this chair. I don't want to be here. I don't. But it's part of the deal. It's what we do. It's what we've committed to do. To get information out there, to talk to the people, to entertain the people, to provide information. So it's fun. How is it for you, Marty? Let me ask you this. How is it for you trying to wrestle these lawyers to get us on the show?
It's been a fun ride. And when I say that, because prior to the show, we do a little sound check, making sure everybody's comfortable. I do have attorneys that are literally have a personality that is out through this studio, and they can just talk for days, and they're funny and they're comical. And then you have some that are really like, they don't want to be here and just really dry. But great news is that every attorney that sits here has been able to give a good, informative, and educational show to our viewers.
Right.
They still show their personality. I've gotten their personality to shine out a little bit. Yeah. So the blessing that I have to get you guys to shine is such a blessing for me to kind of get you guys to get out of your shell.
Yeah, and I do have to say this, Monty. I love doing the show now. I enjoy it. I love preparing for it. I look forward to it. It is a joy to do. It's fun. It's interesting. We get here to cut up and laugh, and then look at some of our terrible productions from before and the directions that were. Oh, sorry. Giselle just gave me a dirty look. Not
Giselle is
on
part
you.
of our
Not
production
on
team,
you,
so
Giselle.
she's looking like,
We love
we've
you."
done our best. And you know what? We have done our best with the equipment that we had at the beginning, which was a year ago, and it's actually a year ago tomorrow because it doesn't fall on a Tuesday. But what with the equipment that we had, we definitely did our best at that time.
Are we making a comment about the amount of money that I gave you to get started with? Is that what we're trying?
Maybe we'll get more. At the end of the show, we'll see how much we're awarded for 2019
There
for
we
the
go.
studio.
There we go.
But we do have a couple more comments. Betsy is saying happy 1 year anniversary. So hey Betsy,
Hello,
we need
Betsy.
you back on the show. And then we have attorney Ramesh Raguthaman saying couldn't agree more. I learned to and enjoyed it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's another one. All of our attorneys here from DeMille and Associates, it's not their first pick.
Right.
They rather do a motion, file a case, do
Yeah.
some research, read an article instead of coming here, which is okay. But we've all kind of gotten them outside of their shell and had them grow in a different realm.
Correct. And since Ramesh just commented there, Madi, is there anything you want to tell us about what you and Ramesh might be planning for the new and upcoming year in terms of shows?
Well, one of the plans that we have is definitely increasing our shows, period. So right now we have Talk to Me Tuesday, and then we have the same thing in Spanish called Jueves de Justicia. So you never know, we're thinking of new and improved shows coming for 2019. You might not have me as your host, you might have other people as your hosts or attorneys, but it is to educate and to entertain a different type of audience.
You know what I'd love to see?
What would you love to see?
I'd love to see Giselle hosting some shows.
Well, Giselle, you guys don't really see Giselle. Giselle's behind the scenes in our production. She has an amazing personality. She's very much like myself, but she's very much like you as well, and she's very shy in front of the camera.
Is she?
So hopefully you guys will see in 2019 more of our team members really come out and do a different style show. Talk to Me Tuesday is not going anywhere, neither is Jueves de Justicia, but you guys might see different style of shows, additional shows.
Excellent. Sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely. So now let's going to go to episode 2. Episode 2, we do have a couple comments before we go to episode 2. So Victor's asking, is attorney Darren Miller getting his own show? He is funny.
My man Victor.
So talk about challenging you on a show. You
Yeah.
challenged Ramesh and someone challenged you. So that could be something. Let us know if you guys would love to see him in front of the camera.
Victor,
He's like, not an option.
I like the question. It's a good question.
It
It's
is.
a good question. If we had something that was, that fit the mold and something interesting, that'd be something I'd consider doing and talking about.
Awesome.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
sky's the limit. We can do the show anywhere. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be in a studio. We have a lot of options now with
And-
our programming.
And Victor, I'd like to ask you, are you going to be on the show? Are we going to see you come out and do the show or do something that's related to something in front of the camera? We know you're a whiz behind the camera. How are you in front of the camera when the
Yeah.
lights are on? Huh?
Definitely fulfill that answer, but that is part of the plan to have more of our members come kind of have their own show, and you might have a whole TV sector of all these programs and shows, and that's what we want to do for you guys.
Right.
We have another comment, Greg. Hey, Greg. Greg is saying, I'm watching too, Madi. I see you. I have another comment, Chriselle saying, and Giselle does amazing with all your graphics work. Talent. Yes,
yeah.
she does.
Yes. Just watching how that has changed also. I mean, we're talking about the shows and everything else. We could do a show on the art and how it's changed and how Giselle has taken everything we do to that next level. It's amazing.
Yeah, so Giselle is our graphics designer as well as our production team. She does all the graphics. Anything you guys see on our organic posts on Facebook, on our shows, on our Jumbotron outside of our building, any flyers, she does it. Such talent. She has such a creative eye
She sure
as
does.
well. So let us know what you guys think about the graphics. If you guys would love to see something different in 2019, we're open for those suggestions.
And luckily, she has all the right software and computer equipment, and someone's giving her all the right stuff to make it happen, right?
There you go. There you go.
Look, there she is clapping in the back there.
Yes. So we're going to move on to episode 2. This is with Dr. Tony Tran and Dr. Stephen Jung. They are from doing chiropractic adjustments, So I was actually there on the forefront getting my back column adjusted. So let's watch here.
If you do get adjusted, make sure that the person that is adjusting you is using a high velocity, low amplitude adjustment, meaning it has to be quicker than it is using strength. Okay.
HPLA.
Because if they're using too much force, you can actually cause damage in those areas too. And put your arms inside. And breathe in. And out all the way. There it goes. So we got that to audible there. So whoever needs that, go ahead and wave at us.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Give us a couple likes. Man, I'm putting myself out here for you guys. Give me those thumbs up, those likes. Give me some comments for our doctors that are here. We want to hear a little bit more about you guys and what type of concerns that you guys may have. So we just went over the neck part, which you guys call cervical. Is that correct? And the mid-back, which you guys call thoracic. Okay, perfect. So that's 2. We're missing one more, which is our lower back. Okay? So now I'm going to ask the same questions. What type of things cause a lower back pain? All right, so that one was a cool one. If you guys see in the background, that was just a little snippet. You guys see Dr. Stephen Jung with praying hands before I got adjusted. He was like, no, but that was an awesome. You guys heard the crack. Listen closely. If not, go back and rewatch it. You hear the crack of my spine. And they did the whole part of my spine. They did my neck, the mid, and even lower.
You talk about giving your body and everything for a show. Wow.
Very daring. Maybe
Yes.
you guys will see us do more daring stuff, but I'm very scary when it comes to other things like throwing myself out of a plane or stuff like that. I won't do that. But that was a good show.
Yeah.
Talking about how the chiropractic stuff works on a human body. And so
Yeah.
I, volunteered.
What I love about that, Marty, the fact that you're going out in the field and in the remote and, hey, let me jump right out there and do the adjustment and introduce the world to a lot of what one of our clients do with regards to those chiropractic adjustments. Pretty cool.
Yeah, most shows,
cool.
the host, Marty B, most shows the hosts are crazy.
Yeah.
They just kind of just go out in the forefront, downtown, the middle of the festival. So yeah, the hosts have to be willing to talk to anyone and put themselves out in that forefront. So
I'm interested to see where Marty's going to take this for 2019. We've seen what you're capable of.
yeah.
But let's see what you can. Are you really going to push the limit any further?
Oh yeah, every year, this, a wise man once taught me, you always have to raise the bar. So where we're at right now, next year is just the bar is going to be risen as well to bring new style, new shows, new topics. Absolutely. We can't let all the eggs out right now.
Right.
But definitely 2019, that bar will be rose for sure.
One of the things we always do is we continue to keep challenging ourselves. And because we keep challenging ourselves, and sometimes we fall on our face and make mistakes, but we get better and better and better because of it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a growth mindset.
Yes. All right. I guess we've reached our the apex here, our number 1 clip. That is going to be attorney John Zaid. He's an excellent attorney. We do a lot of work with him on some joint venture cases here. Excuse me. We're also working with him with regards to some mass tort cases. John is he's done a lot to expand his business in many different areas. And on this occasion, he came on to educate us on civil litigation and the process involving civil litigation. Let's watch.
Side and what the process may look like there.
So with litigation, it's obviously a long, drawn-out process. We usually initially start off with an actual petition. It's called a plaintiff's original petition that we file with the court. That's basically when you bring the lawsuit against the other individual and his insurance company. At that point in time, there's a lot of what we call, and I don't want to get too much into the legal jargon, but a lot of discovery, depositions, mediations, and all that means in a nutshell is it's a process of both sides, attorneys for both sides of the lawsuit, where they exchange a lot of information. They have an opportunity to sit down and ask questions. We ask questions from the other side, maybe the other driver. If it's a company vehicle, we get to ask questions to the company representatives. They get to do the same. They ask our clients a series of questions about their medical treatment, about the accident itself. They get to get into their past and their history.
Awesome. So you guys got to watch that. That was with attorney John K. Zaid. So what do you
Yes.
think about that video?
You know, John was fantastic. I mean, he lays things out for us. He's very informative. We had so many viewers, so many good comments, so many good questions. It sounds to me that we're going to have to do more shows involving the litigation process. A lot of people seem to be very interested in it, which of course makes sense since this is a personal injury firm.
Yeah, could you guess how many views the #1 video got?
Oh, I would guess 1,600.
2,200 views,
Wow.
that video.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And that video happened,
nice.
I believe, in July. So it didn't have the full year. We keep our videos up so you guys can go view them at any time. You can increase those views at any given time. So that has only been not even 6 months.
Wow.
And it had the most views. Isn't that crazy?
Fantastic. Very interesting.
Yeah,
I
it
love
was
that.
a great topic. You're right. Speaking
Yeah.
about litigation, a lot of the viewers are interested. They see a lot of shows on how the legal world is. You know, they see people at court and the judge, and it's kind of like that. But actually hearing you guys, the real deal, not an actual scripted show,
Right.
and hearing your process is very interesting to our viewers.
It is. It is. You know, we're going to have to figure out a way
Uh-oh.
to get Mr. Andy Rubenstein to come on the show.
Yeah.
He teaches this kind of stuff, and he would be excellent in kind of giving the clients or giving our viewers an A to Z with regards to the litigation process also.
Right, and I encourage you guys to go watch his show. He was on the show, I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Very informative, a lot of wisdom behind the camera as well. He talked about the litigation. He also talked about our big case right now that we have in California, so USC, that you guys have seen a lot of episodes. He's very passionate, which is beautiful because he really does sympathize and care with our clients. Like, he has a lot of passion, but he gets to be with these clients just like yourself, day in, day out, and basically hold the client's hand through the process.
Right, right. He's very patient. He's a lot more patient than I am, and he certainly gets the results. But yeah, I hear you laughing back there, Giselle, but he is.
Yeah, so we did promise you guys, we're coming close to the end of the show, but we promised you guys that for those of you guys that watched our show, liked it, longest viewers, you guys get a prize from us for our 1 year anniversary. So we're going to give you guys a bag. There's a lot of goodies in here. So our winner is Bernice.
Bernice.
Yay.
All right.
So thank you for viewing our show and being here on such an important day, our 1 year anniversary. So today we highlighted the top 18 episodes of our show. We have been up and running for a year, and we're super proud of that. Talk to Me Tuesday, how successful it's been, how much it's changed, and how it's going to continue to change and grow from here. Are there any comments, Attorney Darren Miller, that you'd like to make about the show, or any just quotes you'd like to leave our viewers with?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's been an amazing year. It's been a great ride. It's been fantastic for us. I love to see how we've grown, just like our firm, just like what we do in terms of business. The show has also done the same thing. And we want, just as a final little surprise, Madi, we want to thank you for the great shows that you've put on, the patience, the teaching, the leadership, making us feel so comfortable. So we have a little something here that we'd like to present to you. We'll go ahead and do that now.
So
Hello.
sweet. Aw, thank
For
you.
you. There you go.
My flowers.
Some
I feel like I need
flowers.
to be crowned right now. Thank you guys so much.
You're more
It
than
has been
welcome,
such a
Mari.
pleasure to be a host. I have my crazy moments where I'm just super entertaining,
Lots
and I
of
have
those.
my calm moments where we have just more somber topics.
Right.
It's just been an amazing ride. I want to thank you guys for my flowers. It's such an honor to have you guys surprise me.
You're
You
welcome.
normally can't surprise me around here,
Yeah, I know.
but
That's tough.
I'm surprised you surprised me. So thank you again.
Thank you, Marty. You do a fantastic job. Keep it up. I'm so excited to see what you come up with for the next year.
Thank you. Thank you. So I want to encourage all of you guys to stay subscribed on our channel on YouTube as well as our channel here on Facebook so you guys can keep seeing those episodes and what 2019 brings. It's not over though. We still have a whole month here in 2018. So our last episode of the year is going to be another special one. So I want to encourage for you guys to share this video and have all your family and friends watch it so that they can also be a part of our shows. So thank you all our viewers and thank you for sharing as well. Until next time, your host, Marty B.
And Darren Miller.
And
See you
Darren
next
Miller.
time.
Bye.
Bye.